In today's video, I'll be showing you why you shouldn't be so worried about Coinbase selling off right now. Guys, if you've been a Coinbase investor since the IPO, you've been living in Spain without the S, and my job here is to extract you, bring you back home safe and sound. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So first thing to point out, Coinbase is down 4%, and I know a lot of people are panicking, they're freaking out, they're wondering, why did I do this? And look, I want to give you some reassurance and some support here. So what I want to first show you is why you shouldn't be panicking, okay? Take a look at DoorDash. This was obviously another big name IPO we had recently, and look what they did. They also sold off after their initial public offering, right? Same thing with Airbnb. You see they sell off from 170 down to 110. Snow sells off from 320 down to 220, okay? Bumble, another big name IPO, goes from 80 bucks a share down to 60 bucks a share. QuantumScape, right? Everyone knows who that is, right? And you went from 25 bucks a share down to 14 bucks a share. And Wish goes from 25 bucks a share down to 18 bucks a share. So what are you noticing, right? It's not just Coinbase, guys. Most IPOs, especially when they're hyped up, when they've got a big name, a big audience, and a lot of media coverage, they're typically going to sell off after they're initially offered. Okay, so that's just a given in most cases. And so for that reason, if you're in Coinbase right now, it just means you probably didn't know this. So I'm glad I could show you this if you didn't know that. But that being said, when will the pain stop, right? Well, if we take a look at these IPOs, you're going to see, once again, DoorDash went from 190 down to 130, which is about a 33% drop, right? Airbnb, 170 down to 120. Also roughly a 30% drop. Snowflake went from 320 down to 220. What is that? Also a 30 to a 33% drop, right? So that's a very popular range of sell-off. And so far, you can see we've sold off about 25%. So what that would usually mean is that we are indeed close to the end of this sell-off. The pain is almost over, okay? So let's go ahead and see exactly what percent are we down from the peak of Coinbase. You can see we went from 430 down to 318. We're down 25.87%. You can see that here in the top left. Okay, so we're definitely approaching that 30% mark that most IPOs actually gain support at. So that's a really good positive sign for a lot of you, but it doesn't end there. There are some other things to consider here when it comes to Coinbase and the price of the stock. Okay, so obviously Coinbase is definitely going to have some correlation to Bitcoin, and you can see Bitcoin has been selling off here. So that's obviously not a positive for Coinbase as well. So that's obviously fueled the fire here in the recent week, right? It is this Bitcoin sell-off, right? So if Bitcoin is indeed going to get support here, guess what else is going to get support? Coinbase. And that would perfectly coincide with the fact that most of these IPOs are going to get support around that 30% sell-off mark. So there's definitely some bullish signs we're seeing here. That being said, another bullish sign I can point out for you if you're in Coinbase is look at what happens after all these sell-offs. They all are followed up by a bigger move to the upside that actually exceeds the opening offer, right? So look at DoorDash, right? Sells off, but shortly after exceeds that opening price. Same with Airbnb, right? Just a week later, boom, recovers and gets back above that opening price. Snowflake, same thing. Actually, it's going to be over here is when they get back up to about 350, I believe it was. And Bumble, I'm not sure if they've got there yet. Let's actually see and let's check on them. I'm not sure Bumble has, right? So Bumble has not made the recovery since its initial public offering. You can see QuantumScape definitely has. Remember, QuantumScape was at about, what, 80 bucks, 120 bucks here not too long ago, right? So sells off, followed by a huge move higher. And Wish, same thing as well, right? Wish, huge sell-off at the IPO, followed by a huge move higher above the opening price of that IPO, right? So we've seen in almost all these examples, besides Bumble, all of these stocks actually recover from the initial sell-off. So that's a third super bullish sign for Coinbase. So now that we've went over these three bullish factors for Coinbase, I think you see a common theme here, right? If it's a strong, growing company and you truly do believe in it, okay, you're not only going to recover, you're going to grow and you're going to excel. You're going to thrive if you cannot panic sell at the bottom, right? If you actually use this as a buying opportunity in the long term, and not even the long term, right? We're seeing a lot of these examples, they actually recover within months. Just a few months, you could be up 25, 30% on this, right? And am I saying that's a guaranteed? No, not at all. And as a matter of fact, I think everyone should definitely be very cautious about Coinbase, right? It's a highly speculative play, right? Because no one truly knows what is crypto going to look like in 10 years, right? On one side of the spectrum, you've got people saying that, crypto's dog shit, right? How could something digital have so much value? And then on the other hand, you got people saying it's the future, and if you refuse to see that, then you're driving horses instead of cars, right? So, there's total, opposing opinions here at this point. And ultimately, it just comes down to, what do you believe? What do you think? And if you do believe the crypto space is going to continue growing, then you definitely are looking at this as somewhat of a buying opportunity, right? So just be careful, though, nonetheless, because once again, we still have more downside potential. And this thing was just ridiculously overvalued when it got put on the market, hence the drop we're receiving right now, right? So you have my warning, but you also have the bullish signs I point out in this video. I hope I've been able to comfort some of you guys who might be panicking a little, like, guys, it's okay. But you got to be patient though, right? You got yourself into this mess if you're in Coinbase right now, right? But the good news is, if you made the mistake of getting into Coinbase a little too early, well, now you're not going to make that same mistake again, right? You'll probably be subscribed to our channel so I can keep you up to date on stuff like this. That's going to be super helpful for you in determining when to get in. And, I look forward to our future here if you're just joining the channel. So, guys, now you know what to look for. Look for that 30 to 33% sell-off. It could be a little bit more, right? It does depend on Bitcoin and its volatility, and, how much lower could Bitcoin go. But you can see it is getting support right now, so that is bullish as of the time of recording this video. But please be careful. So guys, I hope you found this video useful. Now, if you're new to the channel, you've definitely missed out on some of our older videos, so I'll link them here at the end of this one. You can watch me take, 3 grand into 14 grand. You can watch our members make 41 grand, 100 grand. I mean, we've got all sorts of cool videos if you're new to the channel, so I think you'll really enjoy it. So I'm going to link that here at the end of this video, and you can go check that out if you want to. But guys, don't forget to drop a like on this one, and make sure you subscribe. And also, let me know if you have any questions down below. And when I say that, I'm serious, okay? Most channels, they'll never respond to a question you ask. I'm actually a smaller channel, so I can actually see your comments, and I'll actually be able to answer you. So take advantage of it, before a channel blows up. And, that's all I've got for you today. Okay, so check out these videos here at the end of the video if you're new. That being said, my name is Alex. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Let's rock and roll.